you should know about travelling to Russia. Joining us for more is Australian travel writer Nina Karnikowski. Nina, thank you so much for joining us today. We certainly know Aussies have been travelling to Russia for many years now, but we know that there's this conflict happening across, Russia and the Ukraine. Is it actually safe to travel to Moscow?
I felt absolutely safe travelling there, and I actually travelled with a company called Beyond Travel, who've been sending Aussies to Russia for about 20 years, and they kind of set my mind at ease and organised everything for me. You can't actually go to Russia without a letter of invitation and without a big itinerary all planned for you. So it really is the easiest way to go with a company like that. And also the visas are very hard to get.
Yeah.
It took me a whole month to get mine, so they can kind of help you through that process. But yeah, I mean, with their advice and with them helping me out, I did feel very safe.
Well, Nina, speaking of those visas, because I believe you actually need a letter of invitation to go to Russia. So how easy is it for that to actually happen? What's the best way of going about getting a visa organised?
Well, once again, it was organised through Beyond Travel. So the letter of invitation is basically just once they see your itinerary, they can realise that yes, you have planned something very straightforward. They know exactly what you're going to be doing, and then you get this invitation and you are good to go. Although you do have to answer a very detailed questionnaire, and you need to get some very strict photos done and all of that. So yes, just be aware that it could take a minimum of 1 month to get that organised.
Is it easy enough to actually get there? I mean, are there a number of airlines that travel to Moscow?
Yes, well, Emirates flies from Sydney and Melbourne via Dubai, so that I think was probably the easiest way to get there.
What about some of the interesting things to see and do there? Take us through what we can do as a traveller going to Moscow.
Right, well, there is lots to do, and it is basically one big history lesson, which I loved. I was staying right in the centre of the action. Basically, Moscow is set up like a bit of a target, and in the middle of that is Red Square with the beautiful St. Basil's Cathedral, which is that candy-coloured, onion-domed, incredible fairy tale-looking cathedral. So you walk in past the Lenin and Stalin impersonators, past the people selling Russian fur hats and Russian dolls and all of that. You get in there, you see that, then you turn around and the State History Museum is right behind you. And that is this beautiful big ochre-coloured building, once again like something out of a fairy tale. You can't quite believe it's real. Looks like it's dusted with snow because the tops are all painted white. And inside, I didn't actually go inside, time didn't permit, but there are over 3 million displays which kind of cover the whole of Russian history right from the Stone Age. And sandwiched in between those, there's Lenin's tomb, and on the other side, the GUM shopping arcade, which is really high-end. So, if you're on that kind of caviar budget, I would suggest doing that. Otherwise, it's worth a look for the ceiling in there. It's made out of 20,000 panes of glass, so it's actually got that feeling of one of those 19th century London train stations. And next door to that is, of course, the Kremlin, which is, the centre of Russian political power. And it's so, once again, so beautiful. The cathedrals there look like they're topped with Hershey's Kisses. The Armoury Museum in there is just astounding. It's got the world's first Fabergé eggs. It's got, these incredible ball gowns and jewels, and it's Russian opulence, just as you expect it.
Wow.
And then, of course, there's, the Bolshoi Theatre, there's the KGB headquarters. There is so much to see there.
Yeah, absolutely. Certainly looks like that case. And some of the pictures we're seeing there as well, pretty incredible. Nina, of course, we all also love to eat and drink when we go travelling. Is Moscow a great place to, I guess, discover a lot of what Russian food's all about? Is it a good place to visit as a foodie?
Absolutely. I was quite surprised. I was told, you're going to just be eating borscht and stews and all these sorts of things, but I really was astounded by all the variety of food there. I really loved a cafe called Lavka, which was a Russian farmers cafe. So they sourced all from organic and biodynamic farms, 36 farms all around Moscow and throughout Russia. And so you can get organic juices and beautiful salads, but also, your Russian classics as well. There was a few other amazing places. The Time Out rooftop bar I thought was very cool. 360-degree views right over the city, so it's a great spot to watch the sunset. And Cafe Pushkin was another favourite. that is like a 19th century Russian aristocrat's home. You really go there for the interiors. It's got the wood paneling, all the waiters are dressed up in these beautiful white shirts with burgundy coloured waistcoats, but that's where you can go for the Russian dumplings and pies and of course a bit of vodka, but you can also get kind of caviar and all those things there, which was fantastic. And there was another little area called Patriarch's Pond, which is very kind of untouristy, hip, up and coming. It's set around a pond, as the name suggests, and it's got a lot of kind of smaller back alleys where you can go for little art galleries and boutiques and little restaurants. There was one called William's Italian, which was great, and you know, some other really food from all around the world, as well as Russian fare. Yes.
Sounds absolutely fantastic. Nina, thank you so much for joining us on the program today.
Thank you.
Nina Karnikowski joining us there. That's all we have time